In the heart of the mountains was a beautiful little village named Sundarpur. Just like its name, the village was peaceful, green, and filled with simple, kind-hearted people. The smell of wet earth, the rustling trees, and the chirping birds gave it a magical feel. Among these villagers lived a respected elder known as Baba Ramdas. He was about 75 years old, his beard long and white, his back slightly bent, but his eyes still carried the spark of wisdom and kindness. People from nearby villages would come to him for guidance and blessings. Every morning he meditated by the lake, and every evening he sat under the banyan tree to tell stories. Stories full of life lessons and morals. Children, adults, and elders alike would gather to hear him speak, like students before a master. In the same village lived a young man named Ravi, who had recently returned from the city after his parents passed away. His father was a wealthy businessman, and Ravi had received a modern education from a prestigious city college. Ravi was hard-working and intelligent, but he carried a serious flaw, his ego. He looked down upon the villagers, believing them to be backward and outdated. His arrogance showed in the way he talked, dressed, and walked. "Baba Ramdas, what can an old man like him teach me?" Ravi often said to his friends. "He's just full of stories and ancient wisdom. I believe in logic and progress." Though Baba Ramdas said nothing, he had noticed Ravi's behavior. He understood the root of his arrogance, not hate, but ignorance. He believed that the right moment would teach Ravi more than 100 lectures ever could. One quiet morning, Baba sent a message to Ravi, inviting him over for tea. Ravi was surprised but agreed. Somewhere inside, he was curious. "Let's see what this old man wants," he muttered. He walked into Baba's modest home, a courtyard filled with flowering plants, clay pots, and warmth. As they sat down, Baba Ramdas brought out a small clay cup filled with water and placed a chunk of ice beside it. He said, "Son, please put the ice in this cup." Ravi raised an eyebrow but did as he was told. The ice began to melt, cooling the water. Baba asked, "What happens now?" "The water gets colder," Ravi replied. "Now add more ice," said Baba. Ravi shrugged and added more. Soon the water overflowed, spilling from the cup onto the table. Baba smiled and said, "This cup is your life, the water is your knowledge, the ice is your ego. A little ego may cool your spirit, but too much will make it overflow and ruin everything." Ravi was stunned. No one had ever explained ego like that before. That night, Ravi couldn't sleep. He kept replaying Baba's words in his mind. He realized that his arrogance had isolated him from the people in his village. He had knowledge, but he lacked wisdom. He had education, but no compassion. The next morning, as he walked through the village, he saw an old woman struggling to fix the thatched roof of her hut. Normally, he would have ignored it. But something inside him had shifted. He climbed up and helped her, without saying a word. Tears filled her eyes. "May God bless you, son," she said. "You were never like this before, but today I see something new in you." From that day, Ravi changed. He began helping others. He worked in the fields with the farmers, taught poor children under the banyan tree, and sat quietly each evening to listen to Baba Ramdas's stories. Slowly, the villagers warmed up to him. Children ran to him with joy. Elders blessed him as he passed. The man once known for arrogance was now called Ravi Bhaiya, a brother, a friend, a son. One day Baba Ramdas patted his shoulder and said, "Now you have learned, my son, and because you have learned, You have won. Ravi's few months later, a big village fair was organized. Ravi set up a special stall with a wooden sign that read, "Free education. Knowledge is everyone's right." The same boy who once believed he was above others was now teaching them, learning from them, growing with them. Baba Ram Das asked the village head to honor Ravi during the closing ceremony. As Ravi stepped onto the stage, the entire village clapped and cheered. With tears in his eyes, Ravi said, "I used to think I knew everything, but it took one old man and one simple clay cup to show me how empty I really was." Years passed. Baba Ram Das peacefully passed away one winter morning, leaving behind not just memories, but a legacy. Ravi built a small ashram in his memory, where young people from villages around came to learn, meditate, and share knowledge. It became a center of learning and humility. On the entrance gate was carved in wood, "Here, ego is left at the door, only wisdom enters." And below it, "Ego destroys, humility builds." Ravi would often sit there, looking at new learners arriving with the same pride he once carried, and he would smile, knowing they too would soon learn. Ravi's story is not just about a change in one man, but about the transformation possible in every heart. We all carry a little pride, but if it grows unchecked, it can destroy the very relationships and peace we seek. Cup full of ego cannot be filled with love. True greatness lies not in thinking you're better, but in lifting others with you. A humble heart builds bridges. A proud one builds walls.